What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. For those who are new here, hello and welcome. And for all of my returning subscribers, hey. So I am fresh, good, and back from vacation, and my lens is very dirty. I'm using one of my older cameras today because my other camera I don't have any storage in. But anyway, so it's been a minute since I've used this. So if I'm a little out of frame or a little blurry at times, that's why. It's been a while. But like I said, I'm fresh back from vacation. We were gone for roughly about 9 days, and we got back yesterday. So I did get a good watering in of the garden, but other than that, for the most part, everything is untouched. We have quite a few things to harvest. I did do a little bit of tying up, but there's so many things that are like completely fresh, new, big, lush, beautiful, that I just want to show you guys. So let's just do after the vacation tour, just so we can both be on the same page as to where we are with things. First, let's go on ahead, as always, start up on the deck. I did start some seeds before I left for some things. I believe we did that on camera. So we've got some different squash here. I did not label any of these. So we have some squash, we have some brassicas. I believe these are some maybe red Russian kale. Look, this is the problem that I'm having with this camera. All right, hopefully it'll focus better. I've cleaned off my lens. But yeah, we've got some kales here. We also got some different Swiss chard as well. I don't remember what this is, but we got some of this. And then we got some different lettuces that I can refill the green stalks with. So we might pop out some of these, but the main objective of this video was for harvesting, which, let me grab a basket and just a quick view. Oh, first stop, the garlic. I did a little test pull yesterday. Look. Yes. So it is time. This is the haul that we want to see every first week of July. All of this big, beautiful garlic. This is probably one of my favorite things to grow because it is such a treasure to pull up this first week of July. All this goodness that I will continue to use throughout the year and plant again in November. All right, so now that everything is cleared out of this bed, all of the garlic is pulled, I'm gonna do a little bit of weeding, and I'm gonna just grab those squash and zucchini that we had growing up on the deck and plant these out in this spot here. I think that will be more than enough space. I went on ahead and grabbed some fertilizer. I have this organic tomato and plant, and then also some iron tone just to add some extra nutrients in. I would normally do like blood meal or bone meal, but I don't currently have that, so I'm gonna just use what I have and what I believe will help rebuild some of the soil structure after feeding on, or after these garlics have fed on it for so long. But at this point, because we unearthed all of those garlics, the soil is good, loose and fluffy, so all of the weeds should come right on out and we can pop these right on in. All right, so to get a full view of this bed, we have our cucumbers back here, which these are not yet at the point that they're climbing, but will be soon enough. I need to put some diatomaceous earth on these because those daggone beetles that just love to ruin my cucumbers will win, so I will be doing that today soon. So those are starting to look good. We have more squash over here. I believe that's a honey nut, Casper pumpkin, and white scallop squash there. These are the miscellaneous squash plants that we put, or that we just transplanted, and I believe I'm gonna do a succession of beans in this area. And then we also have just like some random volunteer sunflowers that we're hiding within the garlic here. But this bed is looking good. The onions over here are not getting very large, and you can see for the most part they have all fallen over. The tops have. So I'm thinking I might be pulling these up really soon, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. And then the cabbages, I had 3. You can see this one here is like 8 to a crisp, but sometimes somebody's got to be the sacrificial cabbage, because you can see these 2 here are looking wonderful, so we'll continue to let these grow. And then we also have some chamomile and carrots and some pansies still growing within all of this, and then also a random little basil plant there. As far as my peppers are concerned, they are all getting some height on them. So I believe where we left off at as far as what was going on with my peppers was that I was experiencing some yellowing in the leaves, and what I ended up treating them with was actually the iron tone, because it helps turn yellow to green. I don't know, I just followed the instructions and I have noticed a huge difference in all of the new growth. They have definitely sprouted upward, which is amazing. That's what I really wanted to see, was a lot more height on my pepper plants, and so far so good. Some of them are a little bit shorter than others, but I believe that has more to do with the variety type than it does with the actual growth of the plant. But you can see I am getting some beautiful peppers on these plants here. We'll go more into depth as we actually begin to harvest some of those, but that's what's happening back here in this corner. Let's go on ahead and see what else we can get done and take a look around. All right, now this over here is a complete jungle. On this trellis is all of my Roma and cherry varieties, and you can see we've got some ripened fruit. So once we get on the other side, we'll actually harvest those. But this is my Sweet Millions, and you can see it has just, like, it's all the way up there. If you can see the very top of it, and like leaned over, it has taken over this trellis. But this is the Perennial del Vesuvio here, and it's just loaded with fruits all the way up and up. So really good so far there. This one was like a rando variety. I honestly feel like this may be a Perennial del Vesuvio as well, because the fruits look similar to that. Then we have an Amish paste, two of these guys. Look at that big baby. Not too many fruits on this plant just yet, but maybe on its way. And then I want to say this one may be a Perennial del Vesuvio as well. I don't know how I ended up with so many, but it's fine, because you can see these plants are extremely prolific, and I'm just really satisfied with the growth that happened just in a matter of about 10 days. And then as far as the peppers are concerned, down this side looks really well. What is this? This is my jalapeno plant. Look at this jalapeno right here. It should not be this big. Look at, this is all on one plant. Maybe that was a, what is it called? A fasciated blossom. Look how big that is. God dang. And then this is my Plebano, Sugar Rush. I forget, but all good growth on all these peppers as well. And then my green stalk, you can see I have some lettuce going to seed. I have some cilantro going to seed, some dill, some Swiss chard, which is crispy. I don't know why, but all of those things we will be replacing really soon. The basil is looking amazing. It has been a great basil year, great herb year in general. This basil I will need to top. You want to pull these little flower heads off before they really get going, because it affects the flavor of the plant. And this one specifically is, I want to say, a lemon basil. I have the tag on it. I should look. Let's see. Yes, lemon basil. But big growth happening in this green stalk. Look at the daggone. Look at you. Looking beautiful. And then the what is this? The dahlia is dahlia-ing, looking amazing. We also have a wonderful little hollyhock that has still not had just like a lot of vertical growth just yet. But the basil looks amazing. Sorrel, which I'm super excited about, has sprung up a lot in growth just since I've been gone. The collard greens are looking good. I should probably do a harvest on those really soon. And then this guy really sprung up. This is the callaloo. Looks like something has been enjoying it, but I think it should be fine. Look at these. Look at this beautiful cluster. It's just like the picture of perfection that you want to see. I'm going to wait to harvest because I don't know, that's what my heart is telling me to do. The rest of this bed actually looks pretty pathetic. So the goal in this bed was for it to be like my greens slash shady area bed, because I knew that this would happen with all of these tomatoes. Let me lift this up. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do, because I definitely need to get this crispy little cabbage up out of here, and with all of this free space, we are going to chaos sow some carrots. We can go on ahead and pop in some of those transplants from the deck. So we have some kales, some Swiss chard, and there was one other thing up there, I don't know, but we can go on ahead and fill this space out. But definitely want to get another sowing of carrots out here, because my chaos carrots have been showing up, and I haven't really shown you guys like a hearty harvest, because really they were just for us for snacking, because I knew that I wasn't doing like a mass planting or anything. I wasn't going to get one large harvest, but my daughter has been enjoying snacking on her carrots, and they have been really beautiful sized carrots. Like the largest one was maybe just about that long or so, which is perfect for her, like I said, just for snacking. And then also the Vigo garden worm compost bins has been absolutely amazing. If you want more information on that, I will make sure to leave the link to the video with all the information on that. But this has been a nice addition to the garden as well, because I feel like the soil in this bed, obviously, I mean, look at these damn tomatoes, has been absolutely healthy, amazing, so on and so forth. So I'll make sure I'll leave that information in the description. All right, so we got some Swiss chard along here, got some of these little baby kales, and then we did 2 rows of some chaos carrots. And then this back here, I totally forgot about this little ground cherry that I put in here. The potato bags are still doing fabulously. I did notice, oh, you can kind of see, oh, look, we've got some little baby potatoes that have come unearthed. It looked like somebody, I was showing you guys my potatoes where it looks like some little creature had unearthed a few, but you can see they are doing well. So that makes me happy to see. And in case you guys forgot, I actually planted the little tiny tubers from Baker Creek. So this is the result of those. We'll see the true result once we actually unearth all of these babies, but fabulous. Before I forget, I decided to put together like a little package of all the little direct sow seeds that I can, you know, continue to sprinkle throughout the garden in the growing season. So back in my garlic beds, I said I wanted to put some sort of bean, and I forgot all about the pink eye purple whole pea is what I will do a mass sowing all along the edge there. So let's go ahead and get those sown up now, because I have to water everything in, and then I'm gonna do a quick run through of everything else, because that's really the business that I needed to handle today. And then of course water, and then I just wanted to give you guys a tour of everything else. So I will be using my seeding square, and I feel like I can get at least 3 square feet, and I will be using the red holes. I'm going to be sowing these very, very densely to get the most out of this space. I believe it probably recommends me using the yellow holes, but like I said, I want as many of these as possible, so I'm using the red holes, which is about 12 holes per square foot. Actually, 16. All right, and also in this space, I'm going to sow some beets as well. All right, so as for the rest of the garden, all of this is still very full, so not much to really plant out. Holy basil, borage, absolutely doing amazing. This sprung up quite a bit after we got back from vacation. The dahlias are beginning to bud up. These ones aren't as tall and bushy as these ones over here, but I don't know what that's about. It could just come down to variety. I did pinch off those as well, so I don't know, it just is what it is. My hollyhock over here, I mean, look at how huge the leaves are. Humongous. The sorrel over here has sprung up quite a bit. And then I have this like random little calendula plant that sprung up in the walkway that I'm just letting it go, because I mean, look how healthy he is, and my daughter has been enjoying it, so she has been the one to deadhead these, which is absolutely amazing. My onions on this side, you can see they are beginning to get some good size on them. Even though most of the tops on these have flopped over like long ago, they have continued to grow. So I'm going to let them go as long as possible. My eggplants has sprung up like quite a bit. No eggplant yet, but this one was like the little squirt. You can see the leaves on those are getting big, and as it gets hotter and hotter throughout the summer, I'm sure these will spring up and be very prolific. But no fruit just yet, but I'm sure soon to come. I ended up popping in some Swiss chard over here just because I had some extra ones. And then we did a sowing of beans over here before we left. All of these guys are doing amazing, full, thick. This is the little patch over here that I've been pulling my little chaos carrots from. So what I do is I just go through and see where I can find one that's a little bit thicker that I can tell is probably just about ready to pull, which right now I don't see any in here at this moment, but this is the little patch that we pull from for our little snacking carrots. And my artichokes are just not like really doing just a whole lot here. I don't know, maybe they'll decide to spring up, maybe not. I'll try again next year. My moringa is doing lovely. I didn't have just a whole lot of hope for it, but it's hanging in there. And then the yarrow on this corner is doing amazing. Let's talk about these tomatoes over here because, again, blockbusters. You can see this one has grown all the way up, but let me swing around. You can get a better view from this side. First of all, let's talk about this green stalk. The green stalk is green stalking. A lot of these things definitely need to be replaced. These are some good seeds here. I'll put that up here. Save that for later. Don't remember what that is, but we'll figure it out later. But let's talk about these lovely tomatoes, which all of them were like leaning over, fallen, but all of these clusters, I mean, you guys, ever since last year when I got this trellis system up, it has just been getting better and better. Look, I'm so excited with the haul of tomatoes that we are going to have this year. I have done minimal pruning. I may have done just one segment. So yeah, all in all, tomatoes, I mean, I highly suggest. You guys can see I don't have just like a humongous garden, and I have been able to use these trellising systems to maximize my space quite a bit. So even if you have like just a one or two bed garden, it is extremely helpful to have like these cattle panels to trellis your tomatoes up, because it just keeps them really clean and pruned well, or not pruned well. It just keeps them up off the ground and like really, really sturdy. And I just highly suggest, like I said, even if you just have one or two beds. This was one sheet that we cut in half from Tractor Supply. Me and my husband, I forget the sizing, but you can look online and figure it out. It's not that difficult. But yeah, love this for my tomatoes. So I've only had one session of pruning on my tomato plants, and that was really just to kind of get everything under control. I did prune the lower leaves just to make sure nothing was touching the ground, but besides that, like, very, very minimal pruning has gone on here, and I think I'm gonna keep it that way. I think with the trellising system, like, there's still a lot of airflow, and well, this year I did kind of plant them a little bit more dense, but you can see they're healthy, happy, and it's been hot as hell here. So I don't know if it's the trellising or what, but I'ma just let them continue doing their things. When I see that it's becoming a problem, then I'll go on ahead and give them a haircut. But until then, let them girls do their thing. All right, and this corner back here is my perennial bed. You guys, this has been overly successful. I do feel like I'm going to rearrange some things probably in the fall, because just the way that everything is laid out is kind of chaotic. Like this guy is really tall just like in the middle of the bed, this guy is like really tall and hanging over like on the edge of the bed, where I feel like I can tuck these a little further back and maybe pull the comfrey up to give some of this stuff a little bit more freedom to grow. So I have some thyme and some oregano here that will eventually fill out this entire space. I'm definitely going to move this yarrow as well, but the lavender transplanted beautifully, which these normally don't have a reputation of transplanting well, so I was really happy that this survived and seems to be thriving. The echinacea, you can see, has begun to bloom. I'm definitely going to make sure that I harvest some of these heads and maybe do a tincture or something like that. Maybe we'll do a video for that. But this is valerian root here, which I need to cut back because at this point you can see it's pretty spent. Sorrel down here. This is marshmallow root flower, which you can harvest the flowers, the leaves, and the roots for teas and tinctures. Kind of has like that I never know how to say the word properly, but mucilage aspects, like sliminess, kind of like okra. Really good for a cough. We have some sage, of course, rosemary, chives, garlic chives, comfrey, and rhubarb, which I've had for a few years now. Still have not really learned what to do with that, so if you have any good ideas, let me know. Let's climb around on the other side so we can talk about this trellis. So trying to figure out, well, this trellis has been a work in progress, because honestly these beds back here don't get just like a ton of sun, and so trying to figure out things that will grow well here has been a challenge. And then also I find that pests like to hide back here, which is also why I put all of these herbs back here, because I feel like it'll kind of combat some of that. But anyways, I decided to switch it up a little bit this year and put my pole beans back here, and you can see they have begun to trellis up. They are, you know, about yay high at this point. Not very full and lush like it was when it was on the more sun-facing side, but some growth is happening, and that makes me happy. So that's what we have going on, and then let's talk about the rest. So yeah, these are like a purple pole bean here. They're like the Violetta something pole, whatever. And then we have some yard long beans, which are just now beginning to trellis. So I'm gonna help him out a little bit, because these guys just take a little bit longer to get started because they really enjoy the heat. So let's just give them a little head start. Get on up there, buddy. And then I did purchase some cucamelon starts, and you can see these guys have begun to fruit, and they just go wild. This was literally just one plant. I want to say it had like 3 little seedlings in it. It's eventually going to take over this entire corner, which is what I kind of wanted. And then we also have more tomatoes, which you can see has begun to trellis up beautifully as well. But the goal is for this thing to be covered. This side, now that the garlic is all pulled up, it will begin to go crazy. Like I said, I put some squashes and things along here, and my cucumbers along here, which I did notice that I have my first little baby cucumber over there, which is the bait alpha. So that's really exciting. So hopefully we will have some success with filling this trellis up. But I mean, just look at this beautiful view from back here. Oh, let's talk Soul's garden. I feel like this video is getting really long, so if you have made it this far, shout out to you. So Soul's garden has been comprised of berries, which we have 2 blueberry plants, which honestly the birds have enjoyed way more than we have. But I'm going to try to figure out some sort of protection system in the future. That way we can harvest more berries than the birds have. I did end up using like these little nets. You can see there's some like dried up berries in there. So we did end up getting to harvest a few handfuls here and there. And my daughter has really enjoyed that, being able to come out here and pick some blueberries because she loves blueberries. And then the strawberries have already multiplied a ton. So let me flip you on. So yeah, the strawberries have definitely begun to go wild in this bed. My goal with this is to do like the little rock method where you paint some river rocks like red and make them look like strawberries so that the birds, pests, etc. don't come at them before you get a chance to get at the strawberries, because it was the same thing with the strawberries as it was with the blueberries. Everybody else was enjoying them way before we could. So hopefully I can figure that out. That way we can eat some yummy strawberries. And then in this bed over here, we have ground cherries on each side of the corners, which these guys are just beginning to put off some fruit. So soon enough, this will be runneth over with ground cherries. And then we have some okra plants here, which these guys decided to spring back, which I'm really happy about. Some chaos carrots, which again, we have been just picking here and there. Look how cute. These guys, I actually should be pulling these today, but I'm running out of time, so I'll do that later. But these were sweet peas. Again, all things that my daughter can kind of come up and just snack whenever she feels like it. But yeah, sweet peas is what we had here, which I will be cleaning this out and replacing. Let me know down in the comment section below, what do you think I should replace in place of this area? Still trying to figure that out. And then we have more okra, which I have actually been able to harvest a couple of pods off of. I'm gonna let this go until tomorrow. But yeah, good stuff going here. And then this is the other ground cherry. This is the one little broccoli plant that could, you can see it still has not put off any sort of broccoli flower, but my daughter has enjoyed eating the leaves, so that's good for her. And then we have some more basils down here. Whew. I feel like this has been a roller coaster ride of a tour slash update on the garden, but I was very excited to share this with you guys. Obviously, I went through the motions for you guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. But definitely let me know what you guys think I should replace in this area here with the sweet peas. What should I put there? Because I'm not really certain. There's something over there that's like weird looking. It's like lint. Where the heck did this come from? I'm like, what is that? Like, did something die in my garden bed? But yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. What should I put here? Let me know what you guys think. And then also let me know if you guys want to see anything significant. I'll definitely be doing some recipes really soon with garlic. And like I said, I'm gonna start collecting some echinacea flowers to do a tincture, and I will walk you guys along with that. This will be the first time I'm trying that. So we'll be doing it for the first time together. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I wish you all health, wealth, and prosperity. And until the next time, peace.